Ever since I can remember, I've always had a job at a hockey rink, both indoor and outdoor. When you live in Minnesota, hockey is more traditional than apple pie. During the winter months, skating rinks are open all day long and stay open late into the night. Since the temperatures average in the single digits during the winter, dropping into negative temperatures quite frequently, every skating rink has a place called the warming house where people can put their skates on in a warm room or come inside to warm up during their time on the ice. All the warming houses have someone they call a hockey rink attendant, and they're typically employed by the city. It's an easy job that pays decent for a high school or college kid who loves to skate and play hockey. The first year of college, I went home for winter break and worked at the same rink I always worked for. It was an oddly sized rink which required 2 or 3 attendants to work each night. During my second year of college, I decided to live in the town I went to school in and got a job at the outdoor rink in town once it was cold enough to open. The rink was one normal-sized hockey rink, 100 feet from the warming house. It was a small facility surrounded by woods on the edge of town, so only one person was needed to work each night. I didn't think much about working alone until strange things started happening at night in the warming house. One night I was doing my homework because no one was skating and there wasn't anything to do until I closed the place down. I felt someone gently grab my shoulder, knocking the pencil holder and all the pencils off the desk and onto the ground as if they were walking past me in a rush. I looked around and no one was there. Nothing else happened that night, but I was a little spooked out. I started to make myself stay busy each night if no one was skating, but one night I was shoveling the rink and I saw a man walk into the warming house. I decided to go inside after him to see who it was, hoping to spark a conversation. When I got inside, no one was there. I checked everywhere you can check inside a small warming house. He was nowhere to be found. At this point, I was really spooked out and I wasn't sure what was going on. A couple weeks went by and little things like lights turning off and on, doors opening and shutting, and the sounds of odd noises happened at least once a night. The last night I worked at J. Johnson Ice Rink will be a night I will never forget, even though I wish I could. 2 guys were skating until there was 1 hour left before I closed the rink and shut the lights off. After they left, I decided to shut the rink lights off a half hour early and planned to leave sooner than most nights. I was scared to be there alone at this point. Right after I shut the lights off, I heard a man tell me to turn the lights back on, and as soon as I did what he requested, a man with a hockey mask holding a hockey stick ran towards me and struck me in the face with his hockey stick. I fell backwards and knocked myself out by hitting my head on the table behind me. When I woke up, I called the police and they arrived quick with urgency. They had the authority to check the cameras since the city owned the rink and the warming house, but no man in a hockey mask was even found on that tape. They didn't even see him walk inside or anywhere inside for that matter. Nothing on the camera looked suspicious at all. The only thing they saw on the camera that night was me falling backwards and hitting my head as if the wind knocked me over.